The Rockets went into Toronto and played the Raptors, and we suspected that maybe that Toronto nightlife would cut into James Harden's performance a little bit, but it wasn't just that limited him. See how they doubled him? They did a new gimmicky defense against James Harden. Just double him right when he gets over the half-court line. He only had 23 points and just 3 assists, which seemed to work. However, the Rockets did end up with the victory. Jalen, what do you think about this strategy against James Harden, to just double him when he gets over the half-court line?
So it all depends on the personnel. So in particular, if you have an athletic guy that you use to play a small ball 4 a lot, like Pascal Siakam, he could be a double guy and a rotation guy. Serge Ibaka could be a guy that does it, depending on the situation. Players like Powell, OG Anunoby could possibly do it. I'm not upset with getting the ball out of the hands of the best player. The key is the rotation.
Yeah.
And so this is why you add Russell Westbrook. Because now he's a guy you swinging the ball to. And he's so fast, he's knifing through the defense when he decides to attack, as opposed to settling for jump shots, because he's basically missed almost every jump shot he's taken the last handful of games. But when he's slashing, you know, all of a sudden look up, and he got a triple-double. He's making some plays, and it's enough to win. And McLemore, you got to give him a lot of credit, resurrecting himself in Houston.
Yeah, McLemore had 28 points, which is somewhat a function of them doubling Harden. But also, you mentioned Westbrook. Westbrook has been not that efficient of late. Sure, he had a triple-double, but he has missed 43 shots over the last 2 games. He was 7 of 30 and 7 of 27 last night. Jalen, he can't keep doing this, right?
I got an important question for you, and I know you don't like follow-up questions.
I don't like follow-up questions,
when you
but go ahead.
When you say he can't do this, do you mean he can't continue to miss this many shots?
Yes.
Or do you mean he can't do you mean he can't continue to take this many shots when he's missing?
It's same thing. Like he can't keep putting up 30 shots a night and only hitting 7 of them. Like that is not how NBA basketball works in today's day and age. I cannot imagine that Mike D'Antoni walks away from this game and says, "Don't worry, we got to win. You go ahead and miss 20 more shots next time we go out there."
You need him to stay aggressive. I actually disagree with you. And if you look up at the end of the season and he's shooting 35%, that's just what it's got to be. There was a year Allen Iverson shot 38, 39%, and he actually won MVP that year.
He wasn't playing with James Harden.
I need Russell Westbrook to continue to be aggressive.
Well, he's aggressive. Well, we all have certain players. We have certain players that we pick as our guys. And one of the guys that you picked early on was Rui Hachimura, the rookie for the Wizards. The Wizards got a big game from Hachimura, and they got a win against the 76ers. The 76ers had 21 turnovers in a game against a team that they should have easily handled. Jalen, was this more positive for the Wizards, or was it more negative for the Sixers?
As your brother, I'm going to give you a guy. Because you ignore the San Antonio Spurs so much, you didn't get a chance to really appreciate this guy. And Bertans started off that game on fire. 6 threes.
He shoots like 66% from 3 this year. It's crazy. He's the best shooter in the game. Forget Steph Curry. Bertans is that guy.
So you can draft him on your squad and put him up on the wall if you want to. But let me say something else funny about him. So when you hit 6 threes in the first quarter, that's the gift and the curse. Because if somebody that was watching that game, let me tell you what else he did. He shot a couple of air balls, too. He continued to be aggressive, and I was dying laughing. I appreciated that. But let's talk about Hachimura for a second. Anytime you're going against a front line of Horford and Embiid, for him to play the way he did, to play as physical as he did and hold it down, Joel Embiid was turnover prone. He had 8 turnovers in the game.
So
Al
many for a
Horford
big
barely
man.
made double figures. Absolutely. I want to give the Wizards a lot of credit because they're a team that's shown that they can score. They just can't stop anybody. They put up 119 against the Philadelphia 76ers.
They have one of the highest rated offenses in the league, but they just cannot stop anybody. And, like, if you're not paying close attention, that 6, 7, 8 spot in the East is just up for anybody. Like, anybody could take that. The Wizards could mess around and put together a nice little run and end up in the playoffs really quick.
What's up? Thank you so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. Don't forget to download the ESPN app. And if you want more premium content, which you do, make sure that you subscribe to ESPN+. See you soon.